everybody. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Sorry we're running a little late today. I forgot that I had parts of a costume still to put on. I'm a professional, I swear. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Nexus Adventures. Our reunion story arc will be starting up in just a minute. I just want to remind everyone, this is a viewer-affected game and a charity channel. You will see things on your screen and in the About Me section under the Nexus Adventures little banner that tell you ways that you can affect this game using your bits and subs. At the end of the month, when Twitch gives me a payout, I give all of this money to the trevorproject.org. It's something I've been doing since 2020. Yeah, since 2020. And it's been a wonderful journey. And it actually started with this table. Thank you guys for taking me on a year-long ride of charitable giving. It's been really fun to do with all of my best pals. If you cannot affect our game financially, that's fine. We understand. Times are hard for a lot of people, and we don't expect you to give money to us ever. So if you would like to just sit back, relax, hang out with us, grab your favorite morning beverage or afternoon beverage or evening beverage, time zones, they're a thing. Just sit back, relax, hang out with us for a while, and accrue those channel points, and you can use those to affect the game as well. And with that, I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over to the lovely Satan.
Hi everyone, my name's Satan. I'll be your DM for the morning. I go by she, they pronouns, and I will be playing everybody else in this campaign that's not RPCs. I hope you enjoyed the game today. We left off in a bit of a cliffhanger, but before we get into that, we're going to have everybody else give a little bit of interest, see who they're playing, and then we'll do a quick recap and then jump into it. So let's start with RJ.
I had a mouthful of food. Hey everybody, I'm RJ. Today I'm playing Rollin Grandbrook, who is an Azamar sorcerer bard. We both go by he, him.
And Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I go by she, her, and I'll be playing Anthony Silverhorn, the Artificer Drow Barbarian, and he goes by he, him.
And last but certainly not least, the cosplayer love of our lives, Sarah.
Hi everyone, I'm Sarah. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not still putting on bits of my costume, I swear. I use she, her pronouns. I will be playing Lucy, our changeling wizard warlock, who also uses she, her pronouns primarily, but her pronouns may change depending on what face she is using.
Yes. And with that, let's do a little bit of a recap. Last session, you guys were settling into the city of Farwater. You had gone through your through the ferry ride. You met a lovely woman called Sonia. She's very surprised and amused by all of you. When you made it to Farwater, you made sure to quickly check in. You found a nicer end dive bar called the Blooming Blossom. And just gathered information about where Everett could be, if there was anybody that would relate to had seen him, had any idea of what had happened. But you figured out that you could ask, pretend to be brewers, ask about certain equipment, because if someone has a poisoner in jail, they're probably going to use his knowledge. After Mishka told you what tools you would need and what ingredients you would need, you went to an herbalist and a glassblower and asked a whole bunch of questions, pretending to be bounty hunters, told them that whoever had ordered these things before was a very dangerous man. But all in all, you had a good, productive day and had settled down for some coffee and some snacks at a cafe. And that's when someone bumped into Lucy, someone with a very familiar face. With a quick sorry, they had left, but Lucy got up and just followed after them. It seems that this person looked very, very similar to a lost love that she had. After interacting with them in a flower shop that apparently they work at, and getting a bouquet of forget-me-nots, they introduced themselves as Sasha. gave a little information that they had lived here for a few years. And Lucy asked Sebastian, their dark-skinned, blue-haired elf with patches of vitiligo, pretended that he needed to find a place to stay, so asked to meet up with Sasha afterward, see if she could help. And last we left off, Lucy asked Sebastian stepped out of the flower shop and sent a message. What was that message, Lucy?
I think Annie's alive.
Where are you?
On the street?
Come back to us.
Do I see a vantage point in this area where I can stay and watch the flower shop?
Yeah, it's actually pretty close to the main square. It's one of the main shops in the main square, actually. So there's fountains and there's benches around this main square where people sit and talk. It's kind of like a gathering area for people, like the center of town, wherever you would go to if you're lost and try to get to another place. So there's many places for you to sit and just kind of chat while you look into the shop, which has very lucky for you, it has kind of like floor-to-ceiling windows to show off displays of flowers, and you can see the inside and you can see the people working in there.
I feel like I'm missing something here. Who's Annie?
I'm staying here. I have a vantage point.
And then he gets up and taps Rylan. And it was her partner before all this.
You see Jack has a very serious face on as he absorbs this information. He knew about Annie. But, oh, you guys get to high-five me. Hey. We should go find her. Find Lucy. He kind of stands up and he looks to everyone and says, "This is her story to tell, but it's one that's painful for her.
All right.
Well, let's go find her." Mishka stays silent, but goes after you guys. And Lucy, you hear a message from Jack that says, just simply says, "Where are you?"
She'll give the street names of the signs that she can see.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't taken up a vantage point yet. She's currently just circling the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And every time she goes behind it, she switches to a different face, does another wide circle to walk close to the windows, and loops between the buildings, continuing that pattern.
Make a perception check.
Seven.
7.
That tracks.
You are looping the shop, changing faces. It's something this important. You're able to hone in your senses to bring back that training, to make sure you don't miss any details, but the fact that this could be Annie, that she could still be alive, keeps echoing in your mind, and all you are focused on is just this woman, her face, her smile, how happy she looks, how this could have been you guys. Eventually, Jack follows directions and leads the rest of you to where Lucy said she was. I'll make a perception check for him if you're constantly changing faces. I rolled a 7 too, so let me see if he has any good modifiers. Jackie boy. Please load.
I mean, her party will probably spot her easy.
Yeah.
Because she is wearing the same armor that she always wears. Her clothes don't change.
Yeah, so the rest of you can also roll me a perception check. It is also about midday, this pretty busy time.
It's okay. I rolled a 1. I rolled a 10.
Beautiful.
18.
18. Okay. As the others look around, Rollin, you spot a glimpse of a cape moving, similar to what Lucy's cape looks like. And you see this person constantly walking around the shop.
Just very casually, Rollin walks up next to them and accidentally shoulder bumps into them.
It's like, it's not a, like, overly aggressive move, but she definitely does not even notice that the party walks up. And she's very much startled when she turns. Oh, it's you.
I
Did anyone come to the other shop yet?
haven't received any paper birds.
Right.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Why?
You're distracted.
Why don't we pick a spot where we can see the flower shop and sit down? Yeah.
All right.
Jack just very gently puts a hand behind Lucy's back and kind of guides her to like a bench that's near the very center of the square where there's a very lovely fountain that's decorating the square with children running around.
Rollin excuses himself. Comes back with like a paper cup. You'd think it's tea, but no, it's hot chocolate.
It's not hard to find.
I put a peppermint in it, but I seem to have left that in the other coat.
It's here. Anthony pulls out a sack of peppermints. Soon stole them out of your coat.
Excuse me, as I go chase this robot down the street.
It's R2D2 scream all the way down the street. But Jack will lead you to a bench big enough that can fit most of you. If not, there's another bench right next to it. Do you think this is her?
Dead ringer if it's not.
Do you think it could be a trap?
I know it is. I don't care. What does that mean?
Makes you human.
Lucy will sigh and close her eyes and lean her head back. Sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
You've all been following me here. Once I don't know what to do.
It's alright. We can just sit and wait.
Alright.
Jack will kind of pat her hand.
All right. And then he pulls a crystal out from under his shirt, tucks it away in his bag, and pulls out what looks to be clouds, more or less, and pulls them over his forearms. They kind of form around one of his tattoos, and he sits back and thinks. I like peppermint and hot chocolate. It's just, they're not a good taste. It's just weird.
To each their own. I particularly enjoy peppermint and hot chocolate.
Peppermint and hot chocolate, swear to that.
There used to be a shop in Hazelbridge that did a very nice butterscotch hot chocolate.
Mmm. Butterscotch is very nice. Horrible licorice chocolate. That's no. If you find licorice, just toss it into the ocean. It belongs to the whales.
Sarah, you got a high five from Hunt Your Booty. I love the name, by the way.
Thank you.
Licorice is a bane upon this world.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I feel like you're personally attacking me right now for my sense of taste.
I'll buy you some black licorice to make it up.
I'd rather you prefer, like, get me some Hunt Master liquor.
As the two of you are bickering over flavors. Jack will lean into Lucy and ask, do you need anything? Can I get you anything?
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
It's alright. Maybe you could. Go ahead.
How do I find out it's her?
Depends. I think that would require a very extensive examination of her. I don't think it's something we could do secretly without her knowledge. Could ask her questions.
Maybe walk in with a face you've used with her before. See if she recognizes it.
I could.
You could have had her memories put one in those memory balls.
Now, maybe I should go in with you then. If anything about her has been tampered magically, I could detect it.
Alright.
Detect if there was any sign of it left, any trace of magic left.
I can be discreet as well.
Alright. I have an idea. Lucy'll put her hood up and she rolls back her face that she normally wears, the pretty blonde human woman with bright green eyes, and rolls it back to a much younger adolescent version. It's actually the first version of the face that she ever created, and it's the one that Annie created with her. So you see probably like 15, 16-year-old Lucy.
Are you sure you want to do this?
If Fanor was taken away, and you found him, would you want to know?
Naturally. I advise caution only because we are in a territory known for your family to be operating in. We could turn you in. Just like Banner could turn me in.
Huh. Considering that everyone we've met from my extended family could have turned me in, the risk is always there. The risk is there when I'm in Hazelbridge.
Ronald will stand and offer his arm to Lucy.
She'll take it.
Anthony pulls up Charlotte and just shoves it into Ryland's chest. You're taking this one.
Opens the side of his coat for Charlotte to just crawl
Mini
in.
rest. Just
You little baby Riveraz just mechanically clicks at you.
I think it's better to find out what's really going on than spending all our time agonizing over it. For good or bad.
Okay.
Right.
as you stand up, Lucy, Jack just gives your hand a squeeze but lets you go.
Lucy looks back at him.
It's all right.
Did you follow Roland?
His eyes follow Lucy. You would notice Anthony as they walk into the shop.
Before they reach the shop, Roland just lean over and no matter what happens, Lucy, we're with you.
I know. That's what I'm worried about. Let's go.
Squeeze Jack's forearm gently.
Gives a nod, but still watches as Lucy goes into the shop. But you go into the shop. You hear the shop doorbell ring again. And with a happy smile, having just checked out having just checked out a customer, this Sasha turns to you all. It seemed at some point she had put up her hair in a Bessie bun, so it's just a mess of curls. But it fits her really well. Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Flowering Vine. How can I help you?
We're looking for a bouquet of flowers for what's equivalent to a quinceañera?
Like a coming of age party?
Yeah,
Oh,
for my niece here. Directing her to Lucy.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Do you have any specific flowers that you like, miss?
Orange lilies.
You can do that. Would you
Lucy's
like
naming Lucy's favorite flower, right?
Yeah. Orange lilies are some of my favorite as well. Would you like to walk around and pick flowers with me? It is your party after all.
Looks to Rollin.
He puts a hand.
Uncle, is this okay?
Puts a hand on her back and just lightly pushes her forward. He's gonna meander over to the counter and begin casting a subtle detect magic.
Go ahead and roll stealth for that. If you do not have your meta magic subtle spell feature.
I believe I've subtle spell.
Okay, then you can go ahead and do it with that then.
Sorry, I need to kick Max out of my office real quick.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead. Detect magic. You detect a few things. The shop itself does have magical parts to it. Mostly in the lights that you see that some potted plants have to kind of it's almost as if a very small, like more contained version of the sunlight spell. There are a few flowers that do emanate magic. They seem to be maybe from the Feywild. It's not something unusual. From where you've grown up, you know certain flowers can contain magic. But on her,
Lean against the counter as he watches the two.
so let's see. She takes you around the shop and makes small talk. She's like, so what's your name?
Lucy?
That's a very lovely name. I'm Sasha.
Nice to meet you, Sasha.
It's nice to meet you too. So, other than orange lilies, what would you like? It is your day after all.
She'll just point to some random flowers.
Mm-hmm. Baby express are very beautiful. So, are you excited for this? And she'll start kind of like picking flowers.
Yes, I am.
That's good.
Can I roll an insight check on her?
Sure.
Can I as well?
Sure.
Charlotte has gone invisible because Charlotte's a homunculus serpent, and Anthony can do touch spells through her.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
You know what? Wait. I have a thing for this, I think. I'm gonna re-roll by spending a sorcery point because I want to see if I can get something higher. Thanks, being a clip. Nope, same number. 15.
Okay. Lucy. There's something in her eyes as you mention your name. It's not exactly recognition. But there's something there. But as you walk around, she'll kind of make small talk, talks to you about the details of the party. She is very friendly. She's very sociable. She's very kind. With the premise that this is your coming of age party, she's talked to you about the dresses and if you're excited, and if you have everything else planned out.
Lucy will tell her she hates dresses. She much prefers pants because you can't climb up to the roof easily in a dress.
I suppose that's true. But there is a way you could tie a dress to make sure that you can climb things. If you like tuck it underneath between your legs, bring it up to the front, and tie it on the front. I used to do that when I was younger. Mostly to climb trees.
Please don't give her any ideas. Her fathers will have a heart attack.
We'll keep it between us.
I've never had a party for my birthday before. Have you ever had one?
Party for my birthday? A few. I've never had anything big.
What were they like?
Small. I mostly spent it with a few friends I have. I grew up by myself.
What did you do?
We played a lot. Climbed many trees, had fun. Don't tell anyone, but we may have stolen a few fruits here and there. It's fun when they chase you down, but then they can't find you. Don't tell your uncle I said that.
I won't.
But I'm sure your party's gonna be much better than that.
Last year, my friend and I snuck out.
Oh? What did you do?
She stole chocolates from a vendor and we ate them on the roof.
That sounds like a fun time. Many people will say that you need a big song and dance to throw a party, but as long as you're with the ones that you care about and doing the things that you love, that's all you really need. She'll take a orange lily and just put it behind Missy's ear. That one's on the house. But she will show you the bouquet she has put together. It's a very beautiful blend of oranges, yellows, pinks, and purples. It almost looks like a sunset. So what do you think?
It's very pretty.
Very pretty bouquet for a very pretty girl. Well, if you like it, maybe we can check it out. If you need more, we can make sure you have all the flowers you want for your party.
Lucy's gonna do like the wide-eyed kid stare around the shop. You know the one when a kid's looking for
Yeah.
something, it's like
Yeah.
the beacons are lit.
Yeah.
She'll put on that face and look around and say, "Do you have any forget-me-nots?"
I do.
They're my
Want me to
best-
add-
They're my best friend Annie's favorite.
There's a pause in her speaking. But she gives a smile and nods. We can get you some.
Awesome. Then I can split it with her.
I'm sure she will. She'll take you up to the counter. And you see that as she wraps everything really, really nicely for you, there is a little stand on the counter that has its jewelry made out of flowers, like resin dipped flowers, so they are preserved and make a really nice and sturdy pendant. And she picks one that has a forget-me-not on it. And she gives it to you and says, think of it as a birthday present for me.
Lucy will take it. Thank you.
You're welcome. But you have a lovely bouquet now for a lovely woman. And I hope your birthday party is everything you've ever wanted it to be.
Lucy's gonna give like a beaming kid smile.
Well, is there anything else you need? She'll look to Rollin.
Roland will pay the fee.
Maybe about, all in all, 2 gold for a really nice bouquet that she did. If you need anything else for your party, flower-wise, come back. I'll make sure you get everything you want.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. My name's Sasha, by the way. So if you're ever in, ask for me, and I can help you with anything.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I hope everything turns out great with your party. Happy birthday, Lucy.
Because you
She'll
just
wave.
stand there smiling, holding a bouquet of flowers.
And she smiles at you. You two have a nice day, all right?
You as well.
And she'll wave you off as you exit the shop.
As they're walking out of the shop, Rollin will put a hand over Lucy's shoulder. I didn't detect any magic on her, so if anything, her memories have not been modified. At least magically.
As they're walking towards the rest of the group, Lucy will veer off at that and go to an alleyway. Rollin would be able to see her hair starting to turn white.
He'll look over to the rest of the group and just hold up a finger like one moment, steer himself to the opening of the alley and just turn his back to her. He is a presence there.
She's pacing and tapping her fingers against her thighs as she walks back and forth in the alley. She's like full changeling face right now. So what does that mean? Is it her? Is it a shifter? I
do not have the magics required to dispel that sort of magic. If it were some sort of magic, it could also mean there's a number of possibilities. Head trauma might cause some sort of amnesia, or simply she's just trying to lay low.
How? I held her dead body in my arms, Rollin. She died, and now she's...
Can I make an Arcana check? Maybe if there was some form of like sculpt body to throw someone off, or like I don't know.
Are you trying to do it on Sasha? You're no longer in the shop. You'd have to go back in.
Just with the information given, possibilities of how Annie Sasha could still be alive.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll an Arcana check.
I'm gonna spend a sorcery point to reroll that. I might not be smart, but I'm charismatic as hell, and I will force fate to do what I want.
I smiled at
No.
fate and I said, do it.
That's another Arcana point gone. Gimme this roll. 14. I'm gonna stop there.
14. There are definitely ways to sculpt the body. I mean, Anthony got revived into a completely different race and face. There are definitely ways to make somebody else appear like somebody else. You wouldn't be sure exactly what could have been used unless you had the body in front of you. If you really wanted to know if anything was used on Annie/Sasha that you just met, you would have to do a deeper examination. It wouldn't be simply just a detect magic, that much you know, unless it was like something that left a mark or is currently like a magical item that is currently keeping up, that like a hat of disguise or something like that.
There's a multitude of ways this could have been pulled off, Lucy. What we need now is, well, what do you want to do now?
I want to know if it's her. And if it's not, I want to hunt down whoever set up this cruel joke.
All right.
I have a date with
Go ahead.
I have a date with her at 6. As she waves her hand and she's briefly Sebastian, and then it snaps back to her true face. I wanted to know where she lived, so I faked being new to town. Asked her for a tour, and I'm getting introduced to her landlord at 6.
All right. We'll be nearby.
All right.
As you are having this conversation, Anthony, what are you doing while all this is happening?
I think he's leaned forward, waiting for the storm bearer's gloves to attune to himself. He's just kind of rubbing his wrist because it's strange to him. And he's thinking on things, and he's made sure Charlotte's still invisible, just planning the next few events, and looks to Jack and says, "Well, Jackie boy, this is a test of wisdom, not intelligence."
I know that much. As much as it can seem like a test, I don't think it is. There's nothing to prove. Whatever decision she makes, I'll support her.
Oh, yes, that, your relationship's very important, yes.
What were you talking about?
When people are distracted in the field, we would usually normally pull them. But we are in a position where we don't have that luxury. What would you do, Jack, in a position like this?
I think what I would do and what you would do are two very different things.
As a person who has been out there in the field, what would you do?
Uncle, this isn't a field.
This is very much a field. The setting's a bit different. There's buildings, there's people. But all in the same, you have to think logically with a thread of wisdom.
When it comes to figuring out what's going on, yeah. I know that.
You. So what would you do?
I'll do whatever I can to help her find whatever answer she needs. I
All right.
understand you think in a more military way. I don't necessarily. That. All I can do right now is do my job. As both field medic, an artificer, and a partner.
As an artificer, what plans would you take to protect those around you?
Many. He kind of starts going through a few things. My field of artificery is a bit different than yours. I can make elixirs, I can make tools, confuse items like you. I'm not exactly sure what to do here. I will be honest. But tonight, I will see what I have of it my sleeve, and I will work, see what we can use to better aid us in this job.
You need to take more after your uncle, I think. Not me.
Well, you half raised me, so I think we're a little bit late for that.
Go to town records, see where this lady lives. Put a spell down, set up some wars.
I can do that.
Sometimes you have to think about the subterfuge of things. And I know getting your hands dirty isn't what you signed up for, but this is where we are.
None of this has been what I've signed up for, but that's okay. I'm alright with that.
I don't regret sending you to court.
I don't regret going. And as he's saying those things, you see that his eyes, like his gaze is to where Lucy is.
Go talk to her.
I don't think she needs that extra pressure.
You don't need to apply pressure, just simply be there.
She knows I'm here. I think she needs space to figure out what she wants. And I think my presence might make her feel guilty while she's figuring that out. I don't need her to worry about my feelings. I need her to worry about her own.
Pulls out soon and presses soon into his chest. Go find out where this woman lives. I have wardings I can lay down.
Okay. We'll take soon. Put him in his little bag. He has like a little messenger bag. I'll be back.
Yell if you need anything.
That won't work if I'm far away.
Soon's very loud.
I am aware. He stands up and, with one last look towards Lucy's direction, he goes to find the fucking records. Jesus Christ. I don't know what words are. Goes to find a sort of town hall where these records are kept. So, as you finish your little crisis in the alleyway, coming back, you would see Jack leaving.
Where's he going?
Town hall. Or library. I don't know. One of the two.
Right.
You should go talk to them.
Her eyes zero back in on the flower shop window.
I'll stay here. I have Freya. Charlotte's somewhere near you.
Fine. Which way is it?
Points after Jack.
It's not
He's
too
the
far
man with the
away.
plan.
Yeah, he's about maybe halfway across town square, but you could see him.
She'll head that way.
Okay.
Anthony sits back. Why do people keep coming to me for relationship? No relationship. I'm bad at
No one's coming to you for relationship advice this session. Oh, Lucy just wanted to sit down and stare at her dead girlfriend through a window.
Yeah.
Oh.
But as you catch up with him, he gives you a smile and a little bit of a confused look. It's like, yeah. I thought you were going to.
To what?
Watch over her.
Anthony said I should go with you. Practically traced me off, so.
Lucy,
Yes?
what do you want to do?
I don't know.
I think you do. Go, sit, make sure she's alright.
Just chase me away again.
You chase him away. I am more than happy to have you come along, but I won't drag you with me if that's not what you want.
Maybe it is for the best. Why are you going to a library anyways?
Town records? Just
Alright.
making sure I could find out where she lives.
How are we doing that?
Oh. Easy. He puts on his glasses. Just walk in like you know what you're doing.
And do you think she's gonna be the only person named Sonia in town?
Sasha?
Sasha, sorry.
Sonia was the girl on the boat. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, okay, Sasha.
No. But sometimes investigation is a little bit of elbow grease. I'm willing to put that in. Are you? I'm gonna be helping you look for it if you're coming with me.
She just looks at him like he's just the dumbest Pop-Tart. I still don't understand how you're going to find it with just a first name, but I'll help you until 6. I have a date.
All right. Come with me. He'll kind of take you. He walks back to the bench and just says, "Stay here." And you see him make his way over to a flower shop. And let's see. You see him stop inside, look confused, and then turn to Sasha. You can't hear since you're outside, but you can see everything that's happening. But with a confused look, he turns to her. You see them talking. They have a bit of a conversation, and in the end, he puts out a hand to shake her hand, and he gives a wave. And after a few minutes, he heads off. And just kind of just starts walking away again, giving Lucy a smile.
Just gonna look between Anthony and him, and Anthony and him, and then just start walking after him.
Anthony just sits back, kind of amused as he watches the flower shop.
As he's walking, you catch up to him. Now I have a last name.
All right. Well,
It's
that'll
not
make
hard
it
if you
easier.
introduce yourself with first and last name. You expect them to do the same. They do.
Right. I knew that.
Of course, you knew that. I learned it from you, obviously.
Lucy's just Lucy's just realizing how much she's slipped up on this whole thing. Right. Well, let's get to work then.
All right. He gives this chuckle, but then continues heading towards the town hall. While you head there, Rollin, what are you doing?
Considering I was not here, I don't know.
You are waiting with Anthony.
I'm waiting with Anthony. He has casted disguise self on himself, pulled out his loot, and is just...
That's wrong.
I know it's wrong. What do you make about all this, old man?
Goths. I'm young, according to the heritage I've taken on. Honestly, we are being a bit reckless.
What else is new?
Yeah. I sent the kids off to get records for a name and an address. Keeps them occupied, distracted. Once we have what we need from that, I'm going to put down a glyph of warding. Put a fireball in it, maybe. I don't know. I haven't decided.
I am not letting you fireball a shop.
I'm fireballing this woman's house if she's a traitor of some sort. The shop's perfectly fine. It can be repurposed into things.
Yeah, I promise not to harm, but to heal. But if I turn the other way, I'm pretty sure I get deniability on it.
I mean, yes. Besides, it's a good plan to make these steps. Lucy will probably have a good location to scout out beforehand if she needs to. Anything that comes our way, we can mitigate to a certain degree. planning ahead is something we need right now.
Hmm. I have a very bad feeling in my gut about this.
Me too. Charlotte's gonna go with her. That's not a negotiation.
Could polymorph her into a snail. Can't get very far that way.
Charlotte can be invisible. She can deliver anything I want almost through her.
I mean, if things go south, I can polymorph Annie into a snail so she can't get too far.
That's fair.
The two of you have led some various eccentric lives.
I suppose, yeah. Yeah. She's caught up into bigger, shadowy things. I get cursed by a sword. Normal day life cycle, I suppose.
I feel like the second one could have been kind of averted somehow.
It was very tempting.
Berries were very tempting too.
Yeah, see. I haven't told Fanor or Lucy to its full degree, but you're my doctor. The sword still lingers and whispers in the back of my mind to a very tempting degree.
I believe that's something you should go over your psychiatrist with, but thank you for that. I'll keep that in consideration next time I ask for you to bend over and cough.
Holly and I have been discussing it, but I don't think it's going away.
The bending over and coughing?
No, the curse. His voice.
It's something you're just gonna have to learn to tune out.
Temptation's my greatest vice. Knowledge is my greatest vice. I'm building a metal man. Do you think that I'm not tempted just to go hog wild on that?
Well, you have to consider, is the knowledge worth hurting those around you? Those who you care about?
At one point, yeah, it was.
Nice to see where your loyalties lie.
It was. But not so much anymore. Long life of redemption and all that.
Even longer now that you are, of course, drow.
Yeah. I still don't understand the subtle nuances between certain words in Undercommon. I just, like, why does one word mean this, but if you say it in a different way with the emphasis on a different letter, it means this? It's hard, and I don't...
Oh, it's all intonation.
Sylvan was easier to learn than Undercommon.
Listen, it's the difference between saying, like, a full sentence... God, it's like fucking Chinese, isn't it? Like, depending on where you put the intonation, you could say, like, my mother's horse, something, something, something.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah. It's like read and read.
It's the difference between how old is the potato and my father's anus.
With that,
Don't leave it off on that. Don't leave it off on that.
continue.
Pats Brylan gently. You're doing good out here. You should be aware of that.
Oh, I'm trying to.
I'm glad you're here.
So far, it's a middling experience for me.
Good. Otherwise, I'd be very disappointed in how we perform around you. Want to be as mild manner as possible.
But Lucy has Jack and you have Feanor. You don't have to worry about a performance around me. Rollin just cracks up at his own joke.
Yeah. Freya likes your candy with peppermint. She steals them more than two.
Oh. Well, I can...
He's forgiven you for,
When we get back to Hazelbridge, I might try candy making. It might not fare well in the desert, but I think... Well, if I put like a freezing thing... Bag of colding! Send that off to Navarre with some candy in it. A lot of tea kids will love that.
No licorice.
Speaking of Navarra, Rollin.
Honey?
Okay, just want to make sure.
I have headphones on. I have my headphones on.
Okay. You see from your peripheral an object kind of flying towards you, and as you look, it's a little paper bird.
He squints. It gets closer.
Just
and then
lands
he
on your
just hits
your
him.
head. Yeah.
Huh. Unfolds it.
You can see before you unfold it, it's Navarre's very lovely handwriting. But as you open it, it's not a letter, it's a drawing.
What kind of drawing?
It's a drawing of her.
He folds the paper bird, puts it in his chest pocket.
It's safe to say that that's the type of drawing that would make you blush.
Oh. Wherever they're sitting, Rollin lowers himself to the ground and then just rests his back on the chair, like leans all the way back and just admires it. Yep. Yeah. Make Dr. Brain go stupid.
Smutty drawing make Dr. Brain go burn.
Looks over to Anthony. What? I'm learning about Wanty anatomy.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, I'm so glad you're getting those still.
It's actually a very tasteful drawing. It's a very kind of boudoir drawing type.
Just gonna...
Save that for later.
We're on a job, honey. I'm on a work meeting.
She knows that.
Oh, no.
But with that, we'll jump back up to Lucy and Jack. It's not too hard to find Town Hall. And once there, you kind of actually see Jack taking the lead in this sort of investigation. And he goes to the front desk and he tells a story about how he is doing a population research paper and he was hoping to get some information on how many people lived here and where exactly they lived in the area. He doesn't ask for addresses right off the bat, but we'll see how good he does. Oh, boy's good at lying today. That's surprising. Sorry, I had something in my eye. Does he have a negative in deception? He has a -1. So it is 17 instead of the 18. But that's still not bad.
He's doing his best.
He's doing his best, trying to be a supportive boyfriend. But I'll roll for the lady. Okay, that's... Your dice are doing good today. Sarah, the dice you sent me.
Hell yeah, they're infused with love. The whole time I was making them, I was thinking, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me.
With that, he what was I saying? He's able to convince this like what's it words front desk person
Receptionist?
spins that one. The receptionist kind of spins the tale about paper and thesis and how if he wants, like, they can get a letter of permission from the university, so he knows that it's all legit. But he spins the tale enough where the receptionist believes him, and will tell you would hear this because you're right next to say, well, I can get you into city records. You will be looked over by someone for safety reasons. But you will have to make an appointment, so we could do one later today or for tomorrow.
What time is it?
It's about 2:00.
What appointment time do you have available?
For today, I have one at 5. That would be our last slot. And slot, not slut. Slot. For tomorrow, the earliest I can do for you, it's about 9:30 a.m.
Lucy will just look at Jack. Take the 5 o'clock?
5:00 sounds great.
How
I'll be
far
back.
away from
The flower shop.
the flower shop are we at this building?
It is about a 15-minute walk.
Okay.
But Jack will take it, and he says, "I'll come back with a letter, for you, just in case," and confirms it. And then says his goodbyes, and leads you out of the town hall. And will say, "It's like, how good are you at forging papers?"
Average, at best. Why?
It's okay. Come on.
How good are you at
And-
sneaking?
Average, at best.
If you're invisible?
Pretty good, seeing as most people can't see me.
Looking
You
at
do
the
have a sneaky friend.
looking at the building, is there a way that we could make a guesstimation of where we think these records would be?
Looking at the building?
Yeah, like from when we were inside at reception, like are there like signs like records this way, archives that
there
way?
weren't signs, since it's not really a library, it's more of an office space.
Okay.
You can make a retroactive perception check if you wish.
I will try that. And for once, she rolled above a 10 for a 16.
Okay, that's good.
Good job, Lucy.
16. You did notice that it was a multiple floor building. A lot of the places on the first floor seem to just be like people's offices, as you did see people going in and out of rooms. You would assume any record keeping might be in either the second or third floor, as the first one seems to be just offices. But that's about as much as you could get from being inside for a few minutes.
All right.
Mishka seems to be pretty sneaky. She could help.
I really don't need her casting a spell again and dropping the invisibility early.
Well, true. Maybe just tell her not to cast a spell this time.
What was the name you got?
Sasha Ravs.
All right. Here, hold my dog.
Oh, okay.
Lucy's gonna make herself invisible and go back inside the building herself.
Oh, I guess we're just going straight into it.
And she'll start working her way through the building looking for something that looks like a property records room.
Okay, make a stealth check with advantage since you are invisible, and then a investigation check for me.
16?
16 for stealth
Yes.
with advantage
Yes.
and investigation.
Investigation is a 17.
17. All right. Let's do a. Yep. As you walk in, you're able to kind of line up when you walk in when someone's walking out and just sneak through the open door. You see the welcoming area, the receptionist desk again. They're busy doing paperwork. You see people coming in and out. Either they had appointments or they work there. I'm not sure. It is a busy building. But you are able to go up the stairs. They're right to your left and right when you come into the building at the end of the room. You can decide which area to take, but they both take you to the second floor. With the 17 investigation at the second floor, you see a lot more account keeping. There are a few offices, but as you walk around, you see some doors open and there are some records, some nameplates on doors that either give the name of the person who works there and that's their office, or you see like break room. There is nothing that seems like a record room here. There are rooms that do keep paperwork, but that seems to be just what they're currently working with. You can easily make your way up to the third floor, which has a lot fewer doors, and there are records. There's a door that says records, and a few other doors that will. You can tell this is where they would keep the most important information.
She will slide into the records room and start looking for those receipts.
It is a locked door.
She doesn't exactly grumble, but she huffs under her breath.
Mm-hmm.
And she will pull out her lockpick kit.
Okay.
Which is thieves' tools. That's a D20 plus proficiency, right?
Yes.
$21.
Okay. 21. Seems to have recovered a little bit, and are just more ready to get this over with. And you take your lockpicks, and it does not take you long to hear that click that you're looking for. Roll me another stealth check.
$25.
With the 25, you are able to open the door and slip in. You see it's a large room, almost like a library, but it's just binders and boxes full of very well labeled and organized paperwork. But before we get into that, let's go to our break. And when we come back, we'll see what Lucy can find.
All right, y'all. We will be back in 5 to 10 minutes, so don't go nowhere. Let's just grab a drink, grab a friend, bring them back here, watch the rest of the show. We will be right back. I need a snack. Everybody, wait! everybody, and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us for Nexus Adventures reunion this morning. As a reminder to everyone and to let our new followers know, we are so excited to have you here. We are a viewer-affected game. You can see the information on how you can affect our game both on the screen and in the About Me section down below. Everything that comes in during this show and everything else I do on Twitch goes to the trevorproject.org. I take no financial income from this channel whatsoever. So if you'd like to be a part of making our monthly community donations as the Goblin Realm community, you can do so now and give us things like healing and advantage. And if you really, really want to, you can save up those channel points and give Satan disadvantage on her rolls. That's my favorite. But anyways, with that, I am going to go ahead and hand it back over to our lovely dungeon mistress.
Yeah. For the low, low price of many, many channel points, you can give me disadvantage. But we come back. You have snuck your way into the records room. What are you going to do?
She's going to first assess what their filing system is.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she does that, she's going to start searching for record of this woman and see if there's like anything on file with her name on it.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm decent at this. 24.
24. You are no stranger to trying to look for paperwork, more specifically to blackmail people, but close enough. With the 24, you're able to take your time there and kind of figure out the filing system. It is alphabetical, but it's also in different sections. It's not just like, this is where this person lives. There are paperworks. There are also where they keep contracts that they'll need later on, contracts that have been signed for either ownership of any specific land, of houses, of shops and commercial buildings. There is specifically an area for the treasury that seems to be a little bit more locked up. And eventually you do find a bit like a record of the people that live there. As to rent or own, you do need to register with town hall so they can keep a track of you. So with a 24, you're able to go through and open up a file of sorts that would have her name. And you eventually find it. It does not give much information other than the her name. There's an address. There's two addresses. One that is the flower shop. Seems that she owns it. And another one is an address for a home that's towards the outskirts of the town. And then there's a brief paperwork of like her contracts to own the flower shop, that's her rent, like previous payments, all that stuff. But yeah, so you find.
Are tax records also in this room?
Yeah.
Lucy's, once she finds the address and all that, she's going to cross-reference into the tax records and see how many years she's been paying taxes as an individual and also as a business owner to establish basically when she showed up here.
Okay. As a business owner, it's within the last 6 months. As an individual, it is about 1.5 years.
Okay. And that date coincides with Lucy running?
Lucy ran about, I would say,
I know we're
a year
loosey goosey.
ago.
I know we're loosey goosey with our timeline.
Yeah. Well, when you started, you said it was 6 months before the start date. And it's
Yeah.
been a few months after. So it is getting close to that year mark.
Okay. But she came to this town after Lucy ran.
There, with the record, because it was a year and a half, it's actually
Mhm.
before.
Before?
Lucy ran.
Okay. All right. All right. That's all she needs, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She'll head back for the others.
Mm-hmm. And you sneak back out easily. Jack's not too far away from the entryway. He seems to just be talking to some people, making small talk, saying he's new in town. But if you come up to him, he'll kind of wave off at people. Nice to meet you, all this stuff. Thanks for the
Mhm.
help.
Lucy will actually duck into an alleyway and drop the invisibility
Mm,
and then switch to her orc persona, Clementine,
okay.
and
Once you
just
see
walk in
her-
his vision.
yeah. Once he sees her, he'll kind of like end his conversation with people and start walking with her. So,
Lucy will put the hood up so she can just drop it and not have to be peppy little Clementine.
mhm.
Found her tax records. She owns the flower shop.
Okay. Does it say how long she's been here?
Year and a half.
All right. Not too long.
No. Dates back to before I left, but that they could have been setting her up here.
They could have. It's a possibility.
Or everything I just read could have been planted either way.
What was that?
Or everything I read could have just been planted after the fact.
That too. I mean, it's a lot of options, a lot of possibilities.
I got the address where she lives.
All right. Well, why, if you want, I can take a look at that with one of the boys, and you can sit there with the other one and just watch.
All right.
He will lead you back to the bench. So Anthony and Rollin, you see Jack and Clementine coming up. Just let y'all know. We got information. Rollin, you're coming with me.
All right.
Okay.
I was able to get her address. And
What's you?
No offense, Uncle, but you're not the best at sneaking.
He gives Jack a look. All right.
And he looks to you and then looks to Lucy and then looks to you like,
Charlotte will go with you. If you are more than 120 feet from me, I can't do much through her, but she likes to bite, so it's fine.
well, seeing the address and with what I know of the town, it seems it's towards the edge of the town.
All right.
Right.
be careful.
Always careful.
I'll keep an eye out on Jackie boy. Don't worry.
Good luck, both of you.
Of course. With that, he'll give you both a smile and with Rollin start heading off.
Charlotte kind of trills in his ear,
Oh,
nibbles on it.
That's weird. He hands Peanut back to Lucy before he leaves. Emotional support animal.
Give your traumatized players an emotional support pet. It helps. Yeah, she's gonna hold Peanut close and snuggle him.
How are you doing, kid?
Well, first off, I'm not a kid.
I'm older than you, so you're a kid.
Technically, we don't know
Anyways.
that, so
Are you 57?
I don't know. Maybe.
You could be an old maid.
That's a bit of an antiquated term, but all right.
It's a good card game.
There's a card game.
Yeah.
How do you win it?
You gotta be the old maid.
Right. Well, anyone come or gone since we left?
Not really.
All right.
How are you holding up?
Probably about as good as Titus did when we went to his family home.
His family home had ghosts in it.
Yes, well, this flower shop does too.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about? I will not interrupt you. Just wanted to know.
No.
I think Anthony sits back and just kind of takes her hand and squeezes it. Whatever comes of this, whatever you choose, we'll support you.
All right.
You've done great things, and I'm immensely proud of you.
I wouldn't call turning a fountain into a spaghetti sauce fountain that great.
That was the height of your genius.
It was a pretty good night.
It was a fantastic night. Discovered our little have a gluten allergy that night too. Still will eat spaghetti though. It's delicious.
As you sit and have banter back and forth, we see you sit and watch people come in and out of the shop. Seems she's very liked around town. From what you can tell, all the interactions with the customers have been pretty friendly. It's strange. It's almost as if seeing Annie in like an alternate reality of what could have been. You see her making arrangements for displays, stretching her arms, standing from so long, helping people, giving another employee a few instructions. You see her take a little has seen better days bouquet and kind of just give a little tap, and they seem to kind of come back to life.
Did I know Annie to have that kind of magic?
No. Annie never shows signs of magic. If anything, she pushed magic onto you. Got you spell scrolls and whatnot to learn.
Arcana check on what kind of magic users would be able to do that.
Okay.
It's an 11.
I mean, there are many types of magic users that could bring a little bit of life, to things. There are simple cantrips and simple spells that many people could learn. But with that, we'll jump back over to Jack and Rollin. Jack's mostly quiet for the walk there. But eventually you come up to the address and kind of looks down at a little paper where he had written it. You go from much more lively areas, the town square, the market, pass through a few side streets, and make it into the more into the neighborhoods of the city. You pass by apartments, houses, farms, and towards the end, you see a few houses. They are pretty spaced out. They're in this area turns from city to much more greener space. A few more fields and trees. You see a few spaced out houses with their own bits of land. And with the address, you stop in front of this nice small cottage-like home, and it seems to have a very lovely front garden. And you hear a dog barking from behind the house as it's a very big, almost shepherd dog that comes around as you guys start walking around. I don't know why I said almost shepherd dog. It's a shepherd dog.
Rollin, is this the house that we need to get into?
So he looks to the house, looks to the address, looks at the mailbox, the house number. Yeah, according to the address.
All right. Did it list any other occupants besides our dear Annie?
Just her. At least from what Lucy told me.
Right. Rollin looks up the road, down the road. Anyone around?
It's a pretty quiet road. It's more into the farmlands. And because you have a lot of space between houses, it's not like they're right next to each other because each house seems to have a piece of land. So it's pretty quiet, actually. You can see further down the road, there's a more farm-like house where there's cattle and you can hear the sound of animals and people working, but it's further down the road.
Rollin polymorphs himself into a terrier.
Okay.
He's gonna meander up to the shepherd dog. Hey.
Hey. You here for some sheep?
I'm a terrier. I'm too small for sheep.
With that attitude, yeah. Being big is about attitude.
Squints.
Gotta let them know you're in charge.
I don't have the stamina to run around all day, but you know what? Go off, friend.
Okay. Kind of sniffs at you. You smell funny.
Yeah, you look funny.
Yeah, well, at least I'm big.
And dumb.
You're into the one that can't round out sheep.
Where's your owner at?
Who's asking?
I'm asking.
Why?
Cause I want to know.
Well, I don't want to tell you. He just kind of like hits you with his head. Not like hard, but like enough to like tip you over.
The dog
It's a big
scrambled back.
sheepdog.
I
like,
know.
like the fluffy ones. Like yeah, it's just boop.
Right. It's like an oracle all about machismo. There's like the corner of a snarl.
Yeah.
Attempting to do it intimidate.
Go ahead. Go off, I guess.
21 as
Let me do a roll for a dog.
welcome to Nexus Adventures.
Are you using your stats or the animal stats?
Oh shit, I have to use the animal stats.
Yeah.
Polymorph. Okay, 1 second.
Let me see if there's a stat block for.
I think it's just general dog, right?
Yeah.
Dog.
What did you do in D&D today? We watched two dogs get into a staring contest.
Yeah.
No, that's death dog. That's
Not a death dog.
No, hound. Hell, not hellhound. Not yet. Goddamn.
Just put dog.
No, I can't. Well, maybe it's not under beast companion.
Do y'all want peanut stats?
Sure.
Can I? I'll
If you
just
go
use
if you go onto Discord under Lucy's thread, peanut stats are posted there.
Okay, I was just gonna use the stats for a wolf because it's close enough.
There's secretly a wolf inside every dog, except
So
for my dog.
+5 charisma.
+5.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
That
is a special dog. But we'll use him for right now.
same roll of a 21.
23.
Damn.
You try to do a snarl and you just hear from this. It's like a little huff laugh. You're funny. Wanna meet the sheeps?
That's not who I was asking about.
I know. He just trots off behind the house.
This is why I like being a cat more.
Uh.
Miss the polymorph on himself. Well, I tried. Let's do a break and ender. All right, kids. Okay. That's a side story for later.
As you guys get closer to the house, the dog's head pops out again. Just gives a bark.
Almost in a petty fashion, Rollin snaps his fingers and drops a silence on the dog.
Yeah. You just see the confused dog just like start barking, just running around, barking.
This is why I'm a cat person. Actually, no, this is why I'm a snake person.
Jack says, I thought that was your girlfriend. But yeah, he's silenced. He's leashed, so it's not like he's running around. So it kind of stays within the silence area. But yeah, go ahead, make a little breaking and entering roll. Stealth. I don't know. The door's locked. Make a. Are you just breaking it down?
We'll find a window to jimmy open.
Okay. Go ahead and. What is a breaking and entering roll?
I mean, it might be an investigation first to
Yeah.
find the window.
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigation check. This is why I love having DMs at my table.
Sick.
I don't have to think. I just ask.
Head empty.
Head
Thunk.
empty.
I'll add a D8 to that for my inspiration. Thank you, chat. And if you want to
Hey.
influence our game, you can 13. Spend some channel points.
Yeah. You can definitely do that. With a 13, it's a window. It's not hard to find. It does have windows on the front and the side and the back of the house.
Go to the back of the house, middle finger the dog.
Just gives a very like, you know, when dogs kind of get down like in the front paws and just kind of start like it's actually sort of playful.
God. There are TikToks of people sticking their hand in a dog's mouth and just shaking their hand to rattle the dog's brain. It's like,
Why would you do that?
Don't do that to a stranger's dog.
Don't do that to a stranger's dog.
your own dog,
Uh,
fine.
But yeah, you're able to go to the back. You do see that there are some. It is a fenced-in backyard, but there's land. Um, Beyond the fence that you can assume it's part of the house. But you see a few sheep's fenced in. That's maybe like 2, 3, not big. A little chicken coop. But you find a window and you can jimmy it. Roll me a strength check.
Come on, Rollin. You're okay at these. 11.
11. You shake it.
Little help, Jackie boy.
Oh yeah, no, I was just kind of enjoying the show. Not gonna lie. I mean, I'm not super strong either, but we'll see. We did roll a 19. So
I'll
it's just
polymorph you into a snail, sir.
he kind of goes to the he goes to the window and he actually doesn't just break it open. You see him kind of look at it and take out a tool and run it across the middle. It's like one of those half open windows that you can actually
I see.
it's like one of those windows that you can half open. So he kind of runs a tool between there, and then with a little bit of a jimmy you hear a click, and then he just opens the window. Ta-da.
Lucy would be so proud. Rollin says he starts climbing into the window.
Yeah. Can you open the back door for me?
No. Walks to the back door and flicks it open.
Yeah. You flick it open. As you climb in, he'll kind of close the window once he's inside.
Man, you know, it'd be hilarious if they have an alarm spell set up in here somewhere.
Oh, that'd be fucking funny.
That'd
We
be-
wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know.
Hey.
They would know.
They would know.
Trash the place to make it look like an actual breaking and entering.
I feel like that'd be rude. But maybe we could just move everything like an eighth of an inch.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
actually like a full inch, because people's brains are like wired to remember things, and she'll just knock her knees into things all the time.
Yeah. I mean, she seemed pretty nice.
Oh, true, true. She's pretty nice.
She did seem pretty nice.
But if we do get ascending and saying that she has hurt Lucy in any way, we're coming back
no,
here.
we'll definitely full inch to the side.
Got it.
Okay. As you're in, you see it's a pretty open spaced, open plan home. There is an area that's a kitchen area with a fire stove and oven. In a place you see herbs hanging to dry, onions hanging, flowers. There's a lot of plants inside the house. And okay, that's just a shadow. I saw something out of the corner of my eye. I was like, it's a fucking spider again. There is no separation between the kitchen and the living room. It's just how the furniture changes. There is a little sitting area with a little shelf full of books and a fireplace, and then there's stairs that lead up.
That's what we're looking for. A journal, diary.
Maybe. Does everyone keep journals and diaries? I don't know.
I keep a medical journal.
Well, yeah, but that's different. To learn about like what your work, but other than hey, this is a doctor that takes notes. So what else have they got to learn?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right. You take down here. I'll go upstairs.
Yeah, we could do that. he'll give you a thumbs up and start ruffling things. I'll roll investigation for him, just preemptively. That was not a good roll. But you got what, 16?
Yes.
Okay. So as you make your way up the stairs, you do see there's a few rooms. There is a bedroom. The door seems to have been left open. A washroom and sort of office space, like an extra room. What are you looking for?
Well, if this is a member of Lucy's family, one like a journal diary, some sort of paperwork, or two, he is like knocking against walls, like with a knuckle to see if there are hidden compartments anywhere.
Okay. Are you starting off in her room?
Let's go with the office first.
The office. Okay. You see, it's an area. It does have a desk and maybe like a spare cot. A few shelves with books and a few notes on the desk itself. There seems to just be notes on herbs and flowers and their properties and stuff like that. She is by no means an herbalist, but she does seems to like to keep a journal of things of knowledge. There are drawings and little watercolor paintings of flowers. With the 16, you don't find a journal. You do find notes that she's taken on the different herbs and flowers, and kind of like offhand notes that they're words like, okay, medicine or dry for 2 to 3 weeks, but you're not really sure what they pertain to. It's kind of like when someone's just scribbling notes that they need to remember. And you're knocking on a wall.
Like a wall or
Yeah.
parts of the floor if you found like a squeaky part that didn't sound right.
I mean, the home itself is made out of wood. It's like a little cabin, cottage. It's like wood and stone. So there's a few floorboards that creak, and you think you may find one that might be what you're looking for, but then you try to pull it up and it's just nailed shut, nailed down.
Well, Ping is sending earring to Jack. How much time do you think we have?
Probably a while.
Cool. And detect magic.
Lucy has told both of them that she is seeing this person at 6.
Yeah. It's currently like maybe about to be 3.
Okay.
So you have time. Detect magic.
And I'll blow a sorcery point to extend it to 20 minutes
Okay.
of concentration time.
Here, there are actually no traces of magic in this room.
Just take a lap of the upstairs with the detect magic on.
You take a lap of the upstairs, and you go to where you are near her room. You do get a few pings. There seems to be a bit more potted plants in her room that do have that little kind of sunlight spell, almost like a glyph. It's not on currently since there's sunlight coming through the windows, but you see where it would be. You go to her room. The bed's made. There's a wardrobe. It has pictures and drawings hanging on the wall. All just botanical flower. There's a few sketches of just people. You're not really sure who they are. But there's a ping under the bed.
Drops down, reaches a hand under the bed to feel out where this is.
Mm-hmm. Do that. And the bed itself, it's low. You couldn't go fully in, but you can reach your arm underneath. And
Please
as
don't bite me, please don't bite me, please don't bite me.
you feel a searing pain, no, your hand does eventually bump into a box.
Scoots it out.
It's not a big box. It's maybe about big, rectangular. It has a lock, and the box itself does seem to hold some sort of magic.
Interesting. Hey Jack, I think I found something.
I don't know, me, I found a lot of produce. Anyway, eventually he kind of comes up to the second floor and finds you. Box?
Yeah.
Let
Is
me
the lock magical or?
Yeah, it seems to be coming from the lock itself. It's not a very you said you have detect magic?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken in my school of magic, it is transmutation. It's similar to what arcane lock would be.
How good are you at picking locks?
Okay.
All right. He cracks his knuckles. He's going to put the box down, and a combination of spells comes out. First, he will cast silence on the room before stepping out a little bit, because I think knock is verbal. Yeah. And he'll cast knock on the lock.
And that, what does that do? You can...
Choose an object that you can see within range. The object can be a box, a door, box, chest, a set of manacles, padlock, or other object contains mundane or magical means that prevent access. A target that is held shut by a mundane lock or stuck or barred becomes unlocked. If you choose a target that is held shut with an arcane lock, the spell is suppressed for 10 minutes, during which time the target can open and shut normally.
Okay.
When you cast the spell, a loud knock is audible from as far as 300 feet away.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that's why I cast silence on it.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to cast knock on it, and once you give the thumbs up, let's see, what does he... I did give him Thieves' Tool. He has so many tools, Jesus Christ.
He's an artificer.
He is an artificer. Oh shit, that's actually a good roll. Jackie Boy's doing pretty good today. It's a 21. I had to take a moment to do math. But he's able to pick the lock, no problem. And he opens the box.
What's in the box?
In the box, there is... You don't see anything of value, like money-wise. What you do see is more personal items. There is a few drawings that have clearly been made by children. You see a few bracelets that again been clearly been made by kids. And in the two bracelets, they're wooden beads with like little letters on them. Well, we would see like the plastic beads, like white plastic beads with the black letter nowadays, but it's wooden beads. One says Annie, and one says Sasha.
What?
And as you go through, you see a old picture. For those wondering, there are pictures in this world, the very first few picture boxes. And you see two humans, a man and a woman, and each of them's holding a child.
Ah. Sending earring. Hey, Lucy.
What? Is everything all right?
Did Annie ever talk about her family?
Not often. I know that they were poor, that they left her there for money, but she didn't speak of them much.
She ever talk about any siblings?
I'm gonna roll a history check, DM. With a 21, did any ever mention siblings?
No.
No, never. I know. No. No, she never did. Why?
Twins.
Oh. We shouldn't drag her any further into it then.
Yeah. Ron will try and replace everything as best as he can remember and close the lock, slide it under the bed. We should get out of here, Jackie.
Yep. Yeah. He has a very complicated look on his face. But he makes sure that with you that things are set. And you head out. The dog's now just barking freely.
Just some jerky from his ration get over to the dog to shut him up.
Yeah. He's just a playful dog. He's not like bad. But you're able to exit. You can go through the back door and lock it back up. That's not an issue. But you head out, make the trek back to the town square.
After getting that message, sitting next to Anthony, Lucy's face just crumples, and her hair starts to turn white as she loses control of her ability to hold another face. And she just puts her head up, or her hood up, and cries on Anthony's shoulder.
Pull her into a hug, rubbing her back. I'm here. along with Freya and whatever else is in my pocket that's living, but we're here.
She'll just sit there and cry till the others get there.
You do get a few looks, but just people making sure that nothing's happening. As they see you, they kind of leave you alone. But eventually the two of you return. Jack sits down next to you, holds your hand.
She'll collect herself as much as she can with the hood still up. We should head back. Keep an eye on the other shops.
Yeah, we can do that.
There's no harm in taking a break. Your island has paper birds out in the world, so we can go to an inn and just take a nap.
No. I'm not relying on someone to send us a paper bird. I want to see whoever walks into that shop. There's a reason why the trail led.
Okay. Do you want me to put a ward down so it fires balls to whomever you wish?
No. I can do that myself. And she'll
Yeah,
stand
but
up and straighten.
surprise.
She'll stand up and straighten her jacket. And take her hood back down, and she's back to one of her other faces.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but surprise fireballs are fun.
As you're talking, you do hear the distant rumble of thunder.
It's gonna storm.
Well, with the storm comes change. Maybe it'll be a good one.
Ron's gonna slip Lucy his entire bag of candy.
She'll pocket that. I'm taking the roof of that cafe. Across from the herbalist shop.
Alright.
I will say before you guys make plans that the information that you got was that they would be back in a few days, not necessarily that same day.
Yeah, Lucy gonna need something to do.
Yeah, no, it's up to you, but
Mhm.
just letting you know that the information that you got did not mean that they would be coming back that same day.
Mm-hmm.
No. If you're gonna take the roof, I'll take the street. Could busk for a few hours.
Yeah, all right.
Jack says that he will take the... He'll take the roof with you, actually.
I'll go hang out in the glassworker shop. You two have my robots. He wanders away.
I'm sure it'll be really hard hanging around the,
Yeah, it's a hard post, I know. I
Yeah.
don't know why you would burden me with such a
Yeah, I mean,
hot spot.
yeah. Mishka's just like, yeah, no, it's a very top spot. I'm gonna go with you.
I mean, I think you should, Mishka. It's a great opportunity to learn about glassmaking.
As Anthony is in front of Rollin, he's just gonna wave a hand in front of his face and turn into that very muscular half-orc.
Yeah, then he pauses and you don't have to tease me as he walks around Rylan.
Wipes it back.
Well, Let's go, Mr. Anthony.
I mean, I think you would really like the Northern Orc tribe, Mishka.
You know, I think I would love them.
I think we should get introduced to them, and you would love them. I mean,
All you guys hear as they walk up is Mishka saying, I like how they make me feel extra small.
Anthony nods. Me too.
But Rollin, you're able to set up busking. And Lucy, Jack heads with you, and you're able to sneak up on the roof of the cafe across the herbalist shop.
She just sits and watches the people on the street go by.
Yeah.
Scanning faces. What she does best.
As you're doing that, Jack's quiet for most of the time, but he does break the silence in a moment and says, yeah, we do need to talk about it. You know I'm always here for you, right?
I know. I don't know which part of it to talk about, honestly. That I hoped it was her. That I felt guilty for hoping it was her. That I'm both crushed and happy that it's not her.
Emotions are never easy.
No, they're not, and they've only gotten worse since I met Anthony and the rest of you.
Sorry.
She'll lean over and kiss him on the cheek.
He'll give a smile. And he'll hold your hand and squeeze it. Whatever time you need to process things, make sure you take it. Doesn't have to be now, but at some point.
Well, if I'm ever given the opportunity to actually take a vacation, I just might do that.
Might not be horrible if you got to know her.
Might not be. Might make it worse.
Might bring some closure. You lost a partner, she lost a sister.
Maybe one day.
Maybe. It just stays quiet, but it's there. It's a comforting presence.
As Rollin sets up for another set, he pings a sending earring. And while you two are up there, you have any requests?
Something body. As loud as you can, please.
You're very lucky that I'm doing this to comfort you.
I'm feeling extra sad if it makes you feel any better. I'm crying, bawling my eyes out. If I wore mascara, it would be down my face.
Alright, I guess. Slight flush on his face. Don't tell Anthony, he's gonna tell my mom. to pull on my horn as it rises in the morn, for his not but bad luck to fuck with a puck. Thus your grand shall be born, a hairy young fawn, bleeding and braying the day, hey ho, the fishmong's daughter, Baba, the fishmong's daughter, Baba, the fishmong's daughter, Baba, the fishmong's daughter, Baba, Baba.
There's just a cackle from the rooftop.
1,000 yards stare at the ground.
You get a DM inspiration, Rollin.
I can't. I already have one.
Well,
Lucy will,
Into
after
the
a
ether.
while, take out one of her paper birds and write one to Sonia.
to Sasha.
Sasha.
Okay.
What is it? God dang it.
Here, I'll write it out for you.
Thank you. Can't remember the NPC we're supposed to be saving. I can't remember my dead girlfriend's sister's name. It's fine.
Well, you're just meeting your dead sister's girlfriend, so it's fine.
Yeah. She will write a paper bird as Sebastian, excusing herself from their evening meetup, and just say something came up and they had to leave unexpectedly, but when they get back to town, they will meet up.
Okay. And send it. We fold it. It flies away.
Oh. She'll look at Jack. At least that way she's not waiting around for me.
Suppose.
I think I can get him to sing something even bawdier this time.
Oh, for sure. But as you watch over the shop, Marlon, you sing even bawdier songs. Anthony, you spend your time near the glass blowers with Mishka, just admiring the open-sided part where you can see the workers. You can see the head glass blower that you met with, the half work, just working away, pretty sweaty.
He'll watch for a moment, then tilt his head towards Mishka. How long have you and Everett been friends?
A while. She's just looking. She brought out snacks. She's just looking.
Pretty brave of you to come out all this way.
Wouldn't you do the same thing for your best friend?
If I was an experienced adventurer, sure.
Well, any adventure has to have a new start.
Or something.
Yeah. I've known him since I was a kid. So, we didn't exactly just meet up at the college, but we knew each other.
And you know his mother, I suppose.
I do.
What's her name again?
I don't know, what was your name again?
I'm asking you. You know her mother, or know his mother, better than I do.
I do. I sure do.
Wouldn't you know your best friend's own mother's name?
Wouldn't you know the name of the person that sent you on this quest?
No, honestly.
Name's Vi. She's a pretty scary lady.
I remember that much.
Yeah. His dad's even scarier.
mentioned world-ending events if his dad got involved or something like that.
I'm sure she was exaggerating.
Probably, I mean. Maybe?
I don't know. I know you're trying to fish for information. You're not really subtle about it.
I'm just confused why a poisoner would come all this way out to a back in no-in town for somebody like Everett who can look after himself with 3 capable adventurers who've been in this field for a while. Is there more? Do you like him? Or are you just...
Do I like him? Yeah, he's been my best friend since we were kids. But I'm sure that's not what you're asking. If you're asking if we're in a relationship, the answer's no. He really is just my best friend.
Alright. No, I was more asking, are you part of the family? And you've just been lying to us.
I don't know, am I?
Bookstore, are you? Because if you are, Freya's gonna be very happy to see you.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't know what I have to say to convince you that I'm not part of the family. So you can make that decision on your own if you want.
He just smiles and pats her shoulder. Nah, you're not part of the family.
Okay. I mean, if you want to check in with Miss Vi, you can. She knows me.
Yeah, she knows of a Mishka.
She does.
When you live in a world of changelings and people who can change their faces at will with magic.
Oh man, I wish I could do that. That's pretty fucking cool the way Lucy does that.
Really cool.
I will say that. No, unfortunately I don't have that sort of power. I mean, I am a wizard, I do have spells.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else you want from me.
It's just... Sorry to have been brash about it.
Oh no, it's fine. I find it easier when people are just straight up asking.
Hmm.
But, let's see. I've known ever since we were kids. He has a scar on his back shoulder from falling off a tree. Let's see. He likes the color purple, but more of like a violet purple, not like a pink purple. He's really ticklish in his left side. Took advantage of that. I don't know. He really likes grapes, especially when they're cold.
Cold grapes are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Roll an insight check on this lady.
Okay, go ahead. So I'll roll for her.
Insight. Amazing. Yeah, no. Anthony's
Hi.
yeah. Sorry, I misclicked again.
Yeah,
Fine,
no.
He believes her.
You assume these things are true. You don't know that they're not, so. Yeah.
If you chill the grapes, like if you put them in like a cold creek, like in the mountain stream, they're really good.
Yeah. He actually has like a little box that like freezes things, so he put them in there for a little bit, and they're like actually really nice and like almost like a slushy when you eat them.
Ooh.
Yeah, like frozen. You have to let them melt a little bit so they don't break your teeth, but
I want a slushy.
That does sound good.
Mm.
I am rather thirsty. She's looking at like the people working.
Me too.
Yeah. Maybe I should like just drop everything and just get an apprenticeship here.
Hi, you're almost done with what? Your poisoner apprenticeship or whatever it's
Yeah,
called?
but like, you don't get these types of people in in your poisoning class.
I mean, maybe you need to do an outreach program.
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe.
I
We picked a
really,
good side.
we did.
We did. Mhm.
I really hope Everett's alright. I mean, he can take care of himself, but he's also really, you know. Sometimes he needs people to look after him.
Mm. You know how that feels.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that was supposed to be my job, and I clearly failed at it.
You can't blame yourself for this.
Oh, but I can. I should have made sure he got home safe. I should have made sure he was all right.
The actions of others are not for you to be burdened with.
Sort of, but like it is also quite literally part of my job to look after him. Like I mean that. Since you're fishing for information.
Did buy your services to look after him, or you just do it voluntarily?
Oh, you can't really buy those services.
They're called watch guards.
Yeah. Sort of.
Huh. Alright. Nishka, the poisoner, not of the family. Let me go get you a slushie.
Right, I'll keep watch over here, make sure everything keeps going.
Yes, make sure everything's. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
She just gives a wave. People have noticed you both there. She just gives a wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got
This-
better at the two stations.
Yeah. There's a chuckle from the half orc and her workers there. They see you both.
Quickly go grab some slushies and bring one back to Michigan and sit down.
But as y'all are doing your job, eventually the rumble of thunder does get closer and closer, and the sky's overcast, and rain starts to come down.
Is this roof that we're on just a flat top? Or is there like a building taller than this one that Jack and Lucy are on now? That has like a wall that goes like up over there. You know what I'm talking about? Like how when like shops are built close together and but some have more stories than the one next to it.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be a wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lucy will Lucy will cast Tiny Hut up against the wall and make the hut look like it is the wall from the outside. So it gives the optical illusion that nothing's there.
Yeah. Jack gives a sigh, but goes in with you.
You don't have to stay.
Neither do you.
I need something to do.
I know. But staying out here all night, it's not gonna help.
Then what do you suggest?
I suggest we go find some good food, some good drink, and sleep.
I don't think I could sleep if I wanted to, but I'll give it a try.
I mean, I could always knock you out.
Sure you could. Sure.
Hey. That's rude. But it made you laugh, so it's fine.
All right.
I could probably mix up some sort of concoction to help you sleep, if you wish. That's part of my skill.
I'm good. Thanks. Really don't want to stay. Let's go. She'll sigh and dismiss the hut.
Mm-hmm.
Rain.
Yeah. I'm not crying, it's just raining. He'll stay with you there. But once that the shop closes, he will urge you to come back to the inn. And eventually shops do start close.
We could just follow those shopkeepers to their house.
We could. Was that going to accomplish?
Well, then we'd know where they live.
Yes.
More information is never bad.
We can do that.
She's literally just looking for
Yeah.
her work to do.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right. She'll ping Rollin and tell him that she's following the shopkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
In a close channel, Jack will ping to Rollin and he's like, I'll stay with her. But you guys can go to the inn if you want.
Good thing you said that, because I had a joke. If you guys went back to the inn, Rollin comes back a few hours later. No one told me I could leave.
But yeah, you can spend the rest of the night following the shopkeep. You learn where he lives. It's not too far off. It's little walk-ups. But eventually you can all settle back into the inn, and I think we'll leave it there for now. We'll finish a little early. But yeah. With that, hi everyone. It's Nexus Adventures. Welcome to the game. I hope you liked it. Hi to our new followers and subscribers and all that fun stuff, and all the bits and gifts that y'all have been giving, and just your attention for watching, whether you're watching live or watching on YouTube. We appreciate your presence here because we love you. But instead of telling you guys about ourselves, we're going to tell you guys about some cool charities that you can help with your money or just sharing the link. My name is Satan. My information's around here and down there, so you can go ahead and look for that if you want to know more about me. But you know what also is here? Links in the chat put there by our lovely producer for easy access for you. In the chat right now, you can see two links. One links to stopaapihate.org, which is an organization that works directly with the Asian American and Pacific Islander community to help them against the rising hate crimes that have been coming up against them because of the pandemic. And as well, there is a link to an anti-Asian violence resources card where you can keep up to date with news, learn how to be a good ally, what to do in these situations, areas to donate if you wish to donate. But like we said, we know money's tight for everyone, so if you can donate, you can at least spread the word, share these links, all that stuff, tell your friends about them, because helping others is cool. This has been a PSA from Satan. Next, RJ. Mute it.
I am muted, and also RJ. Today, I am championing Unicorn Riot, which is a decentralized nonprofit media collective. They report on far-right organizations and sources of racial and economic injustices in the U.S. in times like these, when media is being filtered by big media companies like a certain Vulpine. I'm not going to discuss it. Get your media unfiltered. Stay up to date on what's going on in the US. Fun fact, there's a sidebar there is a strain of apples called Ludicrisp. And that is your fun fact for the week.
I love that. Jen. I think Jen's
Sorry,
next.
Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen, and I champion the Alzheimer's Society in the UK. They're an online charity that supports the cure towards Alzheimer's and dementia, providing online resources, online counseling, and information for those who are going or living with Alzheimer's and dementia.
And last but not least, a lovely producer.
Hey everybody, I'm Sarah. I, as always, am championing the trevorproject.org. They provide crisis and counseling support to the LGBTQIA+ youth community, and they do a lot of wonderful outreach and education. And if you ever have any questions about the LGBTQIA+ folks, that is an excellent place to start. They just did a wonderful series on the bisexual community for Bisexual Awareness Week, and I highly recommend going and checking those out. Yeah, and that's it as far as my charity goes. As always, thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you everyone for your bits and your subs throughout the week and today. Y'all are absolutely wonderful, and I am so thankful that y'all are here. And I'm so thankful that these wonderful people at this table are here with me as well. With that, we are going to remind you, eat a healthy snack today. Taking care of your body is important. Drink some water. Only the white stuff without not white stuff. The clear stuff without carbonation counts. I don't have any because I just finished all of mine. I am very hydrated right now. 3, if you have forgotten to take your medication today, be gentle with yourself. Everyone forgets sometimes. Go ahead and take that now. And last but not least, if there's someone important in the world who you have not told is important to you, go and do that now. It's never too late or too soon to tell someone that, and you never know. That might just be the thing that brightens someone's day. Words are getting harder, so we're just gonna wave and say bye.
They're all important to me.
Oh, no, you.